right. We got President David Chartrand on the line now. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm actually at the Fairmont Hotel. The Affinity Women are meeting here. And
Okay.
of course, that's the representative of the Métis of the Red River Women, and not only just in Manitoba, across the prairies, the United States, and their territories. So it's a packed house in here. I'm telling you, packed. No room,
Awesome.
standing room only, and good attested to the hard work that Anita has been doing. Has been as a spokesman of the Métis women. She's been working diligently to make sure that the issues that affect Métis women today and what role they play and how they fit in
Mm-hmm.
and what can be changed to make things better. She's done an amazing job, and we talked about her growth from 16 to now. And like I said, stand-up room over 500 women easy in here, like more than that probably, just packed.
That's awesome.
It's just a powerful thing. In fact, you look at if you like, I raised the issue. LFMO, the Métis National Council, which we don't belong to or not part of, they keep on saying that they represent all the Métis women in Canada. So, which is to me not true, completely not true. The Red River Métis women are not affiliated with LFMO. They speak for themselves here
Mm-hmm.
and throughout the prairies that belong to and represent through Anita Campbell, so as a spokeswoman. So I just want to make that clear to all listeners that are listening outside of our province. In Manitoba, it's not even a question or a doubt,
Right.
but it's for those that so easily try to lay claim to something they don't have or don't own. It's like Ontario, right? Look, Ontario, MNO, Métis Nation Ontario, today they're trying to sneak in all these new people. And, they got caught already. They threw out 5,000 people so far, but they're not throwing out anymore. So at the end of the day, all those other people that are coming, and as the chief said out of Ontario, right now there's 27,000. In a few years, it'll be 40,000. And they're coming and coming and coming.
Right.
And so those are not our people. They have no connection. I raised that issue with the Infinity Woman here to remind them, that the Métis are a matriarch society and we're really led by our mothers. And the women of our society is very paramount, very, I would say, without question, the product of having a great say or control over family. And so when you look at history, it's shown that over and over. But when you look at it even today, data shows us that Métis women are dominant in the universities and the colleges. Just like I'm talking 75%
Mm-hmm.
of all of our, I think we had 1,180 students last year that registered to get support. Nearly, in fact, more than 75%, close to 80% were women
Wow.
that were the students. So the men are probably dominant in the colleges, you would say. That's where the trades are. But that's not true now either. So women are matching that at 50%, 50%. So women are really coming out. And it's interesting how other societies come to watch and ask us how come that happens and, what do we do differently and what's our strategy? None. It's our culture.
Yeah.
So we are. Women have always played a very prominent role in our government, in our family, in our homes. And so it's been, we're a matriarch society. As I said, we're raised at one time by our Indian mothers and our First Nation moms. And then a nation came from that over 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And a people came. And so that's why we're so closely tied and connected in the prairies to First Nations. We're more tied there than our paternal side, which would be, French, Scottish, Irish, and all these other cultures. We're more closely tied in with our First Nation family sides because that's, again, where there's a lot of affiliation growing together. So that's why those people in Ontario, that's why we support the Chiefs of Ontario. We make it very clear we do not support Métis Nation Ontario. We don't support the Métis National Council. They are now a lost organization. They're totally in a different pathway from 1983 that MMF helped build it to find out that it got stolen from these other leaders, including people like Audrey Putcher, retired, who supported Ontario. Glenn McCallum out of Saskatchewan, the president, supports Ontario. And, so you start looking at all this situations happening today, these are things we were warning them about. We warned them over and over and over that this was going to come one day. And we warned governments and that this is going to come. People are going to come and all of a sudden steal your identity. steal who you are, steal your heroes, steal your culture, steal your music, steal your flags, and then try to tie themselves that's theirs. Like it's just so wrong, and so in I would say not thievery. I'll use the word thievery. That's taking place, and we got to stop it. And if any women know it strongly, or women know it here in Manitoba, there's not a question about it. So we spoke on that, but we actually revealed a beautiful display today of artwork. We have a young artist. I don't know if I have her name here, but in front of the documents, I got so much in front of me here. But she's out in London, England right now. She's going to one of the top schools when it comes to artisans. Right. And so she created this dress. It will be displayed at our Heritage Center, and the construction, by the way, started. I'm just sitting close by it. The construction is starting this year, already this month. And they're going to start, of course, changing the entire dimensions of how that building looks. And it's going to be a beautiful, one of the most renowned heritage centers in the world. When I seen some of the designs, I was in awe. And I'm not really an artisan in any capacity whatsoever.
I can't wait.
Oh, you're going to be in love with it, and you'll want to go there every day for a walk. But it's the work that's being done, the strategy behind it, the artisan Jean. Of course, Janine has a big display, a partnership inside of it, and the outside is going to be completely changed. It's going to be stunning. But that's where that unveiling of that dress that unveiled today at the meeting here. Mm-hmm. The artisan, she actually, what she did is she did research on missing and murdered Indigenous women, and then she decided to start writing about it. But then she started to say, well, I want to draw and develop a message. And she got captured into this vision where she made this dress out of the names of newspaper articles, names in the sash. It's like a red reverse scarf. She called it her sash, in which she puts names of missing murdered women. And she said, I couldn't put all of them in, even though the dress is so large and spread out. It's like it shows mud all over the bottom of the dress, and people have lost loved ones that are really going to get the message in this very quickly. They're going to connect with Bernadette, who's here. Of course, she's running for the NDP in the riding of Selkirk there in Manitoba. Mm-hmm. Here, not the province, Selkirk. I'm talking Selkirk Avenue. That riding, I don't know what the riding is called, Point Douglas, I think. I think that's where she's running. She was here. She, of course, has her sister missing, and she was touched by it. And there was two other Métis candidates that were here. And so, because we have also a Conservative candidate running in Wapkiano riding, and she's Métis, she's a citizen. And then we have 5 Métis candidates running in the NDP. I'm not sure about the Liberals. I never got no message from Doug Lamont, but from the other 2 parties, we got the message loud and clear that there are Métis candidates, strong contingency for sure in the NDP. So again, Métis women are coming out, and most of them are women, which is great to see. There are, of course, some men, the Métis men that are running in NDP. Mm-hmm. But it's good to see that we're making headway into the mainstream of politics. And hopefully, as I said, a message to them, don't forget who you are and where you come from. And don't forget the Métis. That's right. So it's always good. It's good to see that. But this dress, I tell you, Naomi, unfortunately, can't be here. It's going to be on tomorrow again. I don't know, probably the dress will be moved by then and be put away. But it is powerful. So I thank the artist again. And out in London, I just had a chance to talk to her through
video
Skype
chat
or Skype, whatever
Zoom.
You call that stuff there.
Zoom or Skype,
yeah. So I just finished chatting with her, but I couldn't. Her mom is here at the Finley Women's Assembly, and so she was just so proud of her daughter and the accolades she received from everyone. So, but let me get some birthdays before I get some more work done here. Happy birthday is going on to Lily Chartrand, his niece, goddaughter, who was celebrating her birthday Wednesday, September 23rd. Happy birthday from me and Glor. And, of course, Rita and Hal and all the family. Happy birthday to James Puffaut, the Métis Justice Institute, is celebrating his birthday Monday, September 25th. Happy 55th birthday to Will Goodon, Minister of Housing and Property Development, celebrating his birthday Thursday, September 28th. And there's going to be a big announcement on September 28th on Thursday. You can go to mmf.mb.ca at 11 o'clock, and you'll see the announcement and a bigger footprint that we're making in Winnipeg. And that announcement, as I said, I can't speak on it because there's a clause that doesn't allow me until the 28th. But that clause will define, again, another footprint as the Métis government continues to expand its location and its structure and its message. So,
can't wait.
71st. Big show at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
It's you can go mmmf.md.ca, or you can come down. No, I can't tell you where the address is or nothing, because no, that's not me. MMF would want to speak on this. And there's a damn clause in that agreement, apparently. And so, anyways, mmmf.md.ca. So at 11 o'clock, happy 71st birthday to Alfred Bucky Anderson. Of course, Bucky, as you all know, took some issue where he got injured in an accident, and it's affected him ever since. And of course, Bucky's one that doesn't sit still, and that's sometimes gets him in trouble because he thinks he's still young, can do it all. And the sad part about it is that he tries so hard to make things so good for the people, and then find himself in an injury state now. And so we are worried about Bucky. He's doing well, slowly getting himself. He's getting very restless and bored, as far as I hear. I keep on checking on him.
Yeah.
I get people, because I phoned him a couple times and he didn't answer. So, but again, I get my team to check up on him, see how he's doing, and he's getting restless, as I understand. And but he's got to wait till he heals, and then he can get back to full speed ahead. Happy 70th birthday is going to Leah LaPlante. She spoke there this morning through Skype and Zoom. She's out in, of course, in Brandon, and so I wanted to make sure that again she knows that she matters to us. So her birthday is Friday, September 29th. Happy 80th birthday to Verna Devante. It was doesn't say Verna. I'm sorry, Verna Stevenson. Stevenson, who was celebrating her 80th birthday. I thought it was Verna Devante. No, it's Verna is Jelida's aunt. So happy 80th birthday, Verna Stevenson. I almost stole that away from you. I apologize.
Aw, happy birthday.
What was this? There was another piece of paper that said Verna. So I thought, okay, everybody knows I know Verna DeMonte. But no, it's Verna Stevenson celebrating her 80th birthday. So again, happy birthday to you. Now, as I said, I had a good meeting with on business now. I had a good meeting with the Minister of Housing. His name is Sean Fraser. These people don't know who he was. He used to be the Minister of Immigration, and he's exchanged positions with his old portfolios. His new portfolio now is housing. He was immigration, and we had a good meeting. We met for about 45 minutes. We talked about the future of Red River housing for our people, and apartment blocks, health centers, Addiction Foundation, and Infinity Women. We looked at again a shelter for women, for Métis women. So these were on the agenda. We had a very good dialogue with him, and where we're going and how we need to work together. He was so impressed with the Federation's achievements, definitely with the first-time home buyer program. He was really taken by that, and he saw the success immediately. That in 2.5 years, 870-something families now, I think, have bought their houses already.
That's awesome.
And still hundreds looking right now that have been approved. So just he was just amazed that 2.5 years that this can be pulled off. And he asked what's the magic in it for us, and I just told him we're hardworking people. All we need is that little break sometimes. But what's important for him to recognize, I told him, is that we're taking 1,000 houses away from his demand by Canadians to build. And so by our actions of helping our people, we only spend probably about $12 million in down payments helping them. The rest is their hard-earned life of working hard and building a good credit rating, and then having the bank back them up, and because we have the legal fees and the down payment, and it's shown such a great return and investment. So also in home repairs, we've done over 500 houses repairs. We got over nearly 2,000 people still applying. So I told him it's another 1,000 or 2,000 houses will be able to take off your list of accomplishments that you need to achieve for all Canadians, including the Métis. So he was really impressed with the Federation and what we're doing. Also, the ELCCs, we built 7 early learning childcare already. There's over 150 employed now, and there's over 300 children taken. There'll be 700 taken into our daycare centers by 2026. So we're building 7 more, I believe. So it is, and we're also building private ones. So you can actually apply to Federation. Mm-hmm. And if you're, for example, if the village is too small, we can't build a daycare center, then private citizens, Métis citizens, are applying, getting a grant to repair their house to make into a daycare center, small daycare center that is. And so we have, I think, 6 or 12 of those now. So they're really taking off. And again, kudos to those private entrepreneurs. that are building their little daycare centers in their small villages, and the Federation is there to help them. That's, again, here what the Infinity Woman heard, and which they're very proud to hear of that accomplishment. So, again, these things are happening so quick. Of course, harvesting is coming around the corner.
That's right.
And that I send to all harvesters, be safe and, be careful. There's hunters all over the place. Some are very careless. Some, I think, need more training experience before they get out there with a gun. But all you have to do is have a license, and then you can be out there. So there's no really requirement to showcase that you know what you're doing, and, that you're not going to be hurting potentially someone out there by mistake because you see something move, you're going to shoot. Throughout my life, I was taught you don't shoot unless you know what you're shooting at, not guessing. And so, because you can actually do some bad damage, whether to a tame animal or a human being. You'd end up shooting a domestic cow or something, or a horse, if you don't stop to look and be careful, So again, these are important aspects. I warn our people all the time that be careful, be safe when you're out there, when you're fishing, be safe with the boat and the waves and the storms. This is when, of course, a lot of rain and wind comes, this type of season. That actually is part of fall. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, we have our private lands. We have 3 plots of lands totaling about 500 acres or more. And you have to apply for that. That went out to all of our harvesters. An email, I think, went out. They can hunt elk and deer on there. And but you have to win the draw to get there. And so there's all the rules that apply with it. So Duck Mountain, of course, is coming up. We'll be issuing 26 permits from our government to allow them to hunt there. Mm-hmm. And we'll see if they seem to not harass us anymore, and hope that they continue to do that. Because I think the province really is breaking the law without not thinking. I know for a fact they're breaking the law. And that they cannot be charging our citizens for, again, harvesting. And not to scare people, saying that there's not enough moose in that mountain, that we can eliminate the moose population by harvesting our. Yes, we're concerned like anybody else when it comes to conservation. It's our number one principle. But at the same time, we got to work in conjunction together. So the First Nations and us have been chatting. We have never accomplished yet what I want to accomplish. I reached out to, for example, the SCO and others, saying let's create our own natural resource departments. Mm-hmm. Let's determine how we harvest and what we say is eligible to be harvested, not harvest, because it's our future really more than anybody else, our culture. So they've been supportive for some time, for a while, but no actions come beyond that. So I'm willing to put up all the funds. I told them, and we sit down and talk, and we say we can do it MKO in the north and the tribal councils that exist out there. I think we all have to work together and figure out how do we all coexist, co-share, at the same time conserve the population for the future, for our kids and grandkids, and how do we invest back into it. We got a fund at the Federation, over $1 million. We give back to wildlife and to natural resources. And so that's something we believe is important for the next generation, so they continue to practice this. So again, for all harvesters out there, good news is you got 3 plots of land now that you own, and we'll be harvesting from there. Plus, you can hunt in Crown lands and also private lands with permission. And we want you to have written permission because we had an individual charged after the person said, no, I didn't give him permission. And the harvester is saying, yes, you gave me permission. Mm-hmm. But there was nothing in written form to back them up in court. So, again, we say that to our harvesters. Be safe. If you have any issues with our conservation officers, take their badge number. Don't fight with them. Don't argue with them. And just get the details you need to get, and then let our lawyers take care of the rest. So, again, for the harvesters, again, be safe and share your take. And I'll be going to Cranberry later on in October after the assembly probably, mm-hmm. and hopefully I'll get a moose and share it again. I'll be sharing it with our elders, sharing it with my people, and at the same time sharing some on my own plate. I love moose meat. It's my favorite meat of all. Oh, love it. More than elk, more than deer. So, again, for all those listeners, be careful when you're out there and share your take. It's for everyone. Now, on another note, we're looking at there's a program coming up where we're looking with the private sector. It's mixing up with the industry. It's happening apparently September 26th. I don't have enough details on it, but it's a mixer event for post-secondary students. I was trying to get more detail on it, who's actually leading it, who's in which department, is it our department, is it our government, or are we just partner with the private sector? But they're trying to get and partner with people with some skills that are already dressed in a position that they're confident. They've got engineering papers or landscape architecture, planning, project management, capital project administration. If you don't have that skill, but you want to go down that road, get a hold of our Métis Employment Training Department, and they'll try to definitely guide you there. But we're trying to work with private industry to fill the gap. Right now, they're really short people, and you can see that everywhere. Even us, we see it in our contractors.
Yeah.
We're short contractors right now to repair more houses. It's getting a lot of pressure on our existing contractors because they can't keep up, and the people get worried. Winter's coming, and they're trying to fix up their house.
Right.
And that's what we told the minister. We're worried that there's not enough money based on the demand. And I said the simple reason why the demand is so great is both governments have ignored the Métis. I said for decades and decades and decades, and now you gotta it's come to roost, and you gotta deal with it. So I said, but we did have a very good meeting with the minister, and I look forward to some new announcements from him on the more funding, make sure we can get more opportunity to get these houses fixed. So I'll be heading back to my meeting shortly now, and as I said, I got to do some videos on. You see the commercial already on AGA. It's coming out on CTV.
I saw it. Yeah.
You saw it? Did you like it?
I did. It was good.
Yeah, it's good. It sends a message. And by the way, I want to announce here, as I just announced here, I said we're 500 women here in this meeting, and we're having a monster bingo on I believe Saturday night. I think it's Saturday night. I'm positive. I don't have anything right now in front of me here. They're scrambling here to find a paper, but. What we're having here is a $50,000 prize. It's Friday, October 13th. 50,000 in prizes, Naomi.
Where is that?
50,000 at the Assiniboine Downs.
Oh, okay.
So all Métis citizens can get their tickets in advance, and then it'll go out to the public after. So for the first 2 weeks, we're telling our Métis citizens you can buy and get your ticket for pre-sale, and then you get ready to come on down, and maximum is three. What do you call those? You need those
entries.
There's one card system. You get 9-card view, I think.
Yeah.
9-card view. Yeah, you can buy it for $100, and then you could buy extra tickets. But you could buy maximum for 3. Okay. So you're gonna say like my sister Rita, for example. Say she's coming from Duck Bay, she can buy it for 2 more. But she's got to buy them. They got to be hopefully Métis citizens or not. I'm not sure exactly on that detail.
Okay.
But I know that they're selling pre-sale for 2 weeks, and then they're going to open it to the public. But there's a $10,000 blackout and $1,000 games, $2,000 games, $3,000 games. And then throughout the process, there's going to be prizes awarded. That might be a surprise. Somebody will get their name attached. There'll be a number, and then they'll draw their number, and they might walk away with a TV. So
nice.
Yeah, there's going to be all kind of events happening there on Friday night. So people, I'm sure, because they'll come in already on Thursday. The meeting starts on Friday, but the big grand opening, of course, is Saturday. And on Saturday, we're expecting the minister to arrive here. That's the new Minister, Gary. I can't see his last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. He's a nice guy, very nice guy. Get to meet him. His name is Gary. He should be at our assembly on the 14th to sign the treaty, and then it'll go back to Parliament, and then from Parliament to Senate, and back to Parliament for ratification and become law in Canada. So, and here I know this is not going to be a question in Manitoba. That the Métis of the Red River are self-government people, and we definitely have rights in this province and beyond. So there's not a question about that. We helped build this province. We created this province. We worked in collaboration with First Nations. We fought together with First Nations. So everybody knows our history here. This is not a fake Métis from Ontario. This is the real Métis here for Red River. And you hear that from the chiefs loud and clear in Ontario. We're not against the Métis, the rights-bearing Métis. And clearly they know we exist and our rights exist and are protected in the law, protected in the Constitution. So I don't expect anybody opposing our treaty here in Manitoba. You might get the hard one that'll come out and say and try to be a hero or something. But at the end of the day, if that happens, then when that person wants to debate, we'll debate. History will show the facts. History has already proven the facts. And there's not a doubt in our mind that in the law's mind, the Supreme Court's mind, or the Constitution of this country, that Métis of the Red River have rights in the prairies, and that's echoed from First Nation chiefs in British Columbia, from Ontario, and a lot of my friends personally, the First Nation chiefs here in Manitoba, who have openly recognized the relationship we have in the partnership. And as we support them, as they advance, they'll support us as we advance. So again, moving forward, I look forward to that happening on the 14th, the treaty being signed, and we'll continue to stand up with Ontario Chiefs against MNO because they're stealing identities. They're not us, and they're faking their history and their culture, and they're using our culture wrapped around them, acting like they're the bead makers, they're the affinity flag, all these things that they're wrapping around themselves, and they're not. That's not theirs. It belongs to the prairies. So, and that's what the Chiefs say. They're stealing our great-grandparents, our great-great-grandmothers. They're putting them in pictures and saying, that's who I'm connected to. That's my Métis connection. Those are First Nation people. And Chiefs are saying, quit stealing our relatives. Leave our relatives alone. Get your own damn history. Get your own damn relatives. So, again, that's the mistake they made. They should not have tried to become somebody they're not. They should have made their own history. Show us your history, and maybe one day you will get something and be recognized or respected. But otherwise, quit stealing somebody else's history. So with that being said, Naomi, I will let you guys go. And so Friday, don't forget, if you're going to buy your cards, they're going to advertise with mmf.mp.ca. There'll be an advertisement there. You can buy your cards from rural Manitoba or the city. I heard some women already stopped me at the doors walking out and said, where do I get my cards from? I said, I don't know. Like the announcement. I don't know the rest of the facts, how it works, but I know it's all there. So, and I'm sure you'll be playing bingo there, Naomi, and trying to get you to walk away with $10,000 in your pocket.
That'd be nice.
I know. I just think all the bills you can pay.
I know.
Or even $1,000, so, yeah. And again, you might just be the fortunate one to get a prize. As I said, there'll be all type of big prizes getting out free. There's no cost to the prizes. These are just, a federation. We always believe in sharing. Yeah. And this is another way of what we want to get people happy and surprised, and then go home not forgetting that this assembly and the next assembly and assembly after that. So, again, take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next Saturday. I got to do some interviews here right away shortly. And, again, thank kudos to Anita Campbell and their team and their executive and all of them working hard. There's my wife looking at me over there already saying, hurry up, be quiet.
And don't forget to vote. Get out and vote.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you for that, Naomi. Mm-hmm. Yes, don't forget, in fact, you can vote in advance starting today. I might even go vote today. If not, I'm voting for sure before Election Day. Yeah. My wife and I will be voting, and so will my family. And all of them, I guarantee, will be coming out to vote. I'll be telling every niece and nephew, you'll get out there and spend that 10 minutes, 15 minutes to vote, and that your name has got to be recorded. You've got to make the change in this province, and which way you choose is up to you. We sent a letter to all the three parties now yesterday or 2 days ago, which is saying here's 5 principal or 10 principal points. I think it's about 5 or 6. There's of course going to be more. Mm-hmm. We're saying here's the key ones. We want you to explain to the Métis citizens how you believe you'll make a difference, or are you committed to make that difference for the Métis of this province? And if you are, tell us how. And so we put that out to them, a questionnaire, and we said we're going to be sharing with 50,000 voters for sure, without doubt. Like there's over 100,000 Métis in Manitoba, but there's about 50,000 or more adults, about maybe 60, 70,000 adults, and the rest will be children. So again, we're making it very clear to them, these Métis citizens don't vote. Trust me, they do. Our people vote in thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of votes. You watch, but we're telling them we're gonna share with them how you stand on these 5 principal issues: education, for example, housing, health, all the rest, and so forth and so forth. So I made that clear to our cabinet. We're moving on that agenda, but we're telling people, everybody in their cabinet, our cabinet is going out telling their family, you got to go out and vote. And we always run by families here in our culture, and for First Nation are no different. They run by families, and the elders usually are the ones that are the boss. Mm-hmm. And we listen to them which way to vote, and so we'll go out and vote in great numbers, and hopefully that information they respond to will tell us which way we should be voting. Who's going to give you a commitment? We pay hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes in this province. We want to make sure some of those tax dollars are coming back to help our people. We don't just should be paying taxes and nothing comes back to us. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So from that perspective, it will make a difference. There's not a question in my mind. And the good thing about to know is that if Eder Stephan's elected provincially wide, she'll be the first woman ever elected in the province of Manitoba. If Wab Kinew is elected province-wide, he'll be the First Nation premier in this province. Wow. Because of course we had Métis premiers, but they'll be the First Nation premier in the province of Manitoba. So both of them are going to make history. Depends who gets elected. No disrespect to Doug Dogel. He's trying hard. I actually have a lot of respect for Dogel, but the way the polls are showing that their chance of likelihood of becoming and winning the majority is not there. But people got to be careful. They could end up being the middle player.
Yeah.
If there's a no majority, the Liberals may play the drawing card. So people got to watch politics carefully. That's what I do. I watch it very carefully, and of course we work with all of them, and they have to work with us. That's what they're elected to do. So they can't just be choosing only one group, not the other groups. So again, that's coming up. Don't forget the election. Everybody out there, you can Vance poll, or I'm sure you can get a card. Phone in, get your card, election card, and you can go out and cast your vote. So, and you should cast it. And I encourage all our Métis citizens that are listening, those, in fact, our friends that are First Nations, our relatives, I encourage them to go vote also. Just make your message heard. Make it very loud and clear that you matter. You matter like anybody else in this province. I don't care if they're rich or poor or middle class or not. You matter. And so make sure you get out and cast your vote. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye. There was something else that popped in my head, and I can't remember it now. I know election was one, and I'm not sure what the other one was. That I did Monster Bingo already. My wife's reminding me because she's already getting nervous for the assembly. She's organizing the assembly as usually, and she always does a superb job. But her team's working very, very hard. But MMF website will tell you how to get your cards advanced. Go to mmf.mb.ca. All listeners out there, all the way up to the north. If you want to get your cards, you're coming in, and come and get part of that $50,000 and go home happy. And all the money, by the way, is going to the veterans. All the money earned will go back to the veterans in Manitoba. And of course, we have Minister Jack Clarke and Sean Nault on my cabinet, those veterans, and John Furry. Those are cabinet members. By the name, her name is Amelia Rempel.
Oh, right.
I really want to mention her because unbelievable name. You see this dress, you'll probably cry.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
It is just so fascinating, and her the artistic nature of her, how she was able to, the ingenuity of herself to come across that way of showing hardship. You know, she has like dirt in the bottom of that long dress and white dress, and showing the struggle and searching and never giving up and continue walking. And then she has again quite a number of different struggles that shows the names. She got newspaper clipping. Oh, it's just phenomenal how smart she was when she made that. She was listening to us live, and she was out in London right now, which is going to school. So anyways, I'll say goodbye, and I'll talk to you guys next Saturday. And what day's next Saturday?
It's the September 30th, Orange Shirt Day.
September 30th. Oh, yeah. It's still time for assembly. It's time to get your bingo cards. So get out there. And if I missed anyone passed on my condolences from all of us here and from the cabinet and the Métis government. And again, we assist on funerals, bereavement funds. We still have that in operation. And we're making some big announcements coming at the assembly. And the treaty, of course, is the biggest of all. And I am 153 years in the waiting. My nation's been waiting, and I want this to resolve, and I look forward to Gary coming here and signing it. So, again, we'll talk to you all, and, Gary, the minister, I use the name Gary, but the Minister of Indigenous and Crown Relations from Canada come and sign it. So, even the Prime Minister will surprise us. You never know. So, you take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys next Saturday.
Okay, take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.